Good morning, folks. Welcome aboard another day of Jeremy struggles with the ceiling. I think, well, big thank you to John, first of all, for the call after he saw the video yesterday, which was pretty much a plea for help, really, wasn't it? But anyway, John, being John, has done the maths and pointed out that the difference between flat and the curve that I want, which is about 20-25 millimeters, the difference between them is one is 608 and the other one is 605 millimeters. So there's 3 millimeters of I need the channels to be 3 millimeters further in. So anyway, I have a plan. I'm going to try and implement the plan, and presuming it works, I'll show you what it was.
Well, the idea works. Essentially, it is to fix one of them solidly and then build a better badger, which is, a measuring stick, which I've done for this, and I've placed them and what have you. And then, well, the problem is that this is actually a touch too narrow. Probably about 1 millimeter, because the height at the moment is about 36 and I'm looking for about 25, as that being the height between the horizontal and the outside of the circle, if you see what I mean. So the distance between the chord and the arc, is it? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to have to build different sticks. So you'll see me do that, and then we will try and get some more channels up.
I was quite lucky. I found this in my offcuts pile of wood. I think I'd used it previously behind one of the walls, but it was just a gnat's whisker wider than I needed, which was fine by me. So just trimmed the edge off, and then I set about making all four of these measuring devices, spacer sticks, whatever you want to call them, at the same time, so they are as identical as I can make them. I started by sharpening my pencil, you might have noticed, when working to the sort of half mil or something. And I'm very glad that I've had the time getting used to working with a tape measure and a pencil, because it's a skill that I didn't realise I didn't have before I built the kitchen. But yeah, knowing which side of the line you're cutting and marking and what have you is something that I learned early on. But yeah, it was really just about trying to get all of these to be as similar to one another as I possibly can. So that's what I'm doing, and here I'm just slicing up the spaces. And then I go about putting a sort of mounting piece on them that enables me to screw them up to the ceiling. And again, I've even selected bits of wood that are identical for this purpose, so that there's as little opportunity for anything to be different. Here's me chopping the bits of wood, and they are, again, the same length even, not just the same sort of dimensions. So all of these are measured up to, so I'm mounting them in the middle and so on and so forth. It seems like I'm currently heading back towards doing shorter but pretty much daily videos. I don't know whether people prefer those, but they certainly seem to be relatively easy to put together, so that's a bonus from my point of view. This is about the only section that I think I edited out because it seemed silly just making you watch me drill the holes and mount the spacers on each one. Obviously, it's all a repetitive process, but there are limits to what I make you watch.
So it's a bit dark to carry on, but these are the fruits of today's labours. So that's a new one versus an old one. There's about an extra 2 mil, and these ones are made of 19 mil rather than the 12 mil. The other ones were strong enough, but it seemed like the most accurate would be as you know, more chunky would be stronger and what have you. So the channel in there, when the roof LED channel is in there, then it now enables that to sort of the corner of the channel to sit in there. These holes let me access the screws to screw the channel up when because the channel screws into the same piece of roofing batten, whatever you call it. So these screws let me access the screws that actually hold the LED channels. And so I've got one for the front, one for the back, and two for the middle, if you see what I mean. And well, hopefully they are good enough, accurate enough, what have you. They're certainly identical. So I will have a go at putting the channels up with them tomorrow.